Animal mystery that has a lot of people scratching their heads and grossing them out. The body of this creature washed ashore along the East River.
It wouldn't be too surprising to find here in the East River. But this creature, affectionately named the Manhattan Monster, well, all bets are off.
I think what we're looking at here is the top predator in the environment. You know, this animal had a huge bite. It would have been able to eat pretty much everything else that was around in the water at that.
I'll stake my life and the rest of the animal is there, that's for sure.
In Cape Town, South Africa, a large number of speculators gathered at the beach. A news spread that there is a giant whale found at the shore soon captured the public's attention. The female whale was about 14 meters long. It had no ropes or nets on it and no shark bites. The whale was thin and it was late in the breeding season. Experts said that this happened because of the food shortage. The municipal officers took the whale carcass as it might increase shark activity around the shore. Hawaii whale carcasses. In Hawaii, a few friends heading to the beach for a swim captured something that gained worldwide attention.
Oh yeah, we're down here at Green Sands.
As they got closer, they noticed something strange on the rocks with a strong, unpleasant smell coming from them. From a distance, it looked like several things were lying on the beach, and as they got closer, they were shocked to see these were whales that had washed ashore.
Oh, bro, this is a whale! It's a whale!
The whales weren't moving, and their bodies looked different. Time and nature had taken their toll, leaving mostly bones behind. The friends called the marine police, and the bodies were taken away to keep the environment safe. Sawfish struggle. Two friends enjoying the sunset noticed a weird movement at the seashore in Florida. They saw a creature that was acting erratically.
Get the dog back. Get back, Charlotte. Charlotte. Get back.
Later, they found out it was a small-toothed sawfish. This was part of a larger problem because the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission had reported 20 such cases. The sawfish were popping up everywhere, and no one knew why. The commission took samples from the sawfish to investigate what happened to them.
Oh, shit.
Hey, buddy.
Steps were also taken to protect the remaining sawfish. Indonesian anomaly. Something strange puzzled the people at Hulang Beach on Seram Island, Indonesia. A man was walking by the beach when he saw a huge thing floating in the water. At first, he mistook it for a gigantic boat. When he looked closer, he found a 50-foot-long creature. It had long, curved, bone-like pointed teeth sticking out from its body, with two blowholes on its head. Soon, experts rushed to the beach and observed the skeleton. After a lot of head-scratching, they figured out it was a baleen whale. Big nose monster. A few fishermen in Bremen, Maine were getting ready to start their day when they made a usual discovery. They spotted what was left of a 26-foot-long basking shark on the shore. This was a rare sighting, as it is the second largest shark found in the water of England. These sharks might look big and scary, but they're gentle giants. They don't bother humans at all. The fishermen called the officials right away. But before anyone could get there, all the air that had built up inside the shark's body suddenly made a big mess. Marinechupacabra.
What kind of animal is this? What kind of sea creature is this? It looks like kind of like it's a half dog.
A strange creature's remains washed up on a beach in Brooklyn near New York City. It had fur on its tail.
As you can see the tail.
Unlike anything ever seen there before. From the size of its remains, the creature must have been huge. It's not like a dog or a cat at all. The creature had a body like a dog, but its head and front legs were more like a bird's, which is very unusual. It looked like anything I've ever seen before and is just so difficult to properly describe.
Looks like some kind of chupacabra. This is at Plum Beach, Brooklyn. This is Zebron here.
When police report came out, they said it was a mutation, but some people believe that it was an experiment gone wrong. Whale stranding.
Australia. Rescuers are trying to save dozens of pilot whales after almost 200 beached themselves at King Island in Tasmania.
200 whales stranded themselves on King Island, Tasmania. The swimmers alerted the Fish and Wildlife Rescue Service to help these marine mammals. A marine biologist suggested that the lead whales might have gotten sick, leading the rest of their tight-knit group to follow and end up on the beach. Later, investigations revealed that the cause was likely the sonar emitted by ships, which reached 240 decibels and interfered with the whales' navigation systems. Alien Carcass. One morning at Teluk Milano Beach in Lindu, Malaysia, something strange caught everyone's eye. While officials were checking the area as usual, they found a large swollen body lying in the sand. This mysterious sea creature, which isn't often seen here, has become a big attraction. Many people came to see it as they were curious about this rare sight. The creature was big and bloated, unlike anything they had seen before. Masses like this one, also known as blobs, often turn out to be the remains of whales, sharks, or octopuses. Locals and tourists are wondering where it came from and what it's all about. Shark mystery. In Australia, the carcass of a great white shark washed up on the beach with its middle section missing. The shark, known for its powerful body and sharp teeth, looked very strange without its middle part. A local fisherman believed that a killer whale might have caused this, but nothing like this had ever happened in the area before. The fishermen and the locals were very surprised and wondered what could have led to such an unusual event. The authorities began investigating to understand more about this strange occurrence. Shark rescued on beach. In Cape Cod, Massachusetts, a young great white shark needed help. It got stuck on a sandbar trying to catch seagulls. People at the beach saw it and poured buckets of water on it to keep it alive until rescue arrived. They said the shark was about 7 feet long, with a rope tied to its tail. Rescuers carefully pulled it back into the water. The harbor master guided it back to the deep sea. The shark was moved with the tide as it went out. Spectators were happy to see the shark free again in the ocean. Doomsday fish. A large oarfish drew a crowd in Arica, Chile. There was an oarfish lurking in the shallow water. In Japanese folklore, this fish was considered a bad omen of tsunamis and earthquakes. Therefore, people informed the officials that the presence of such a creature at a port was not safe, and it might bring bad luck to the town. Later, authorities reached the place, and as they were unable to handle such a giant sea animal, they hooked and lifted it onto land with a crane. Local reports stated the fish measured nearly 6 meters long. Oarfish on beach. Kids playing at the beach in Monte Cristi, Dominican Republic made an exciting discovery when they found an oarfish washed ashore. Oarfish usually live deep in the ocean and are rarely seen near the surface. There's a belief that when these fish appear in shallow waters, they might predict the act of God. This finding was particularly surprising because the area had recently experienced one. People were curious whether the oarfish's appearance was a coincidence or a sign of another natural event. Similarly, during a mountain and sea adventures outdoor education program on Catalina Island, students and staff had an incredible encounter.
I'm on the water all the time doing research and teaching with the kids, and I've never seen one.
They spotted a 17-foot-long oarfish on the sandy beach near their marine science activities, which was a remarkable find.
Yeah, I saw the oarfish. It was really, really long.
Firefly squid in Japan. In the waters near Japan, there were small squid called firefly squid that moved their tentacles gracefully in the ocean. People on the nearby beach were waiting excitedly because these squids were about to show something amazing. As it got dark, the squid started glowing like tiny lights in the water. This light came from a special chemical inside their bodies called luciferin, which reacts with oxygen to make them glow. It was like a natural light show, teaching everyone about the incredible creatures living in our oceans. Two-headed whale. An unusual whale was found off the shore of Mexico. It was a pair of conjoined gray Siamese twin gray whales. Scientists in Scammons Lagoon discovered whales that were miscarried because of their condition. These whales were only about 7 feet long, almost half the size of a normal newborn. The twins weighed half a ton and were buried, and scientists are waiting for it to decompose. Similarly, a fisherman in the Gulf of Mexico made an unusual discovery. He caught a female bull shark, and inside her he found a two-headed bull shark. This rare find amazed scientists and people alike. Dolphin demise. A fisherman made a surprising discovery on the shores of New Smyrna Beach. While fishing, he found a dolphin washed ashore, and according to a local report, this was the 5th dolphin to wash up in the past 2 days, making it a concerning pattern. On getting informed, biologists quickly arrived at the scene to examine the remains. They carefully collected the dolphin and its fetus to take back to their labs for further investigation. Their findings will protect other marine animals in the area. Durban shark rescue. Something fishy was happening on a Durban beach in South Africa. The beachgoers got a big surprise when they saw a shark on the sand. The poor creature had somehow lost its way and ended up stranded on the shore. Quick-thinking folks on the beach called the marine officials for help right away, and they came to the rescue. They checked on the shark and decided it needed to go back. Working together, they carefully moved the shark back into the water. Antarctic whale. A blue whale was found stranded in Walvis Bay, marking the first known incident in Africa since commercial whaling ended. Researchers believe the whale likely passed away due to an incident with a large vessel. Despite this, its presence in Nambian waters suggests a potential increase in the critically endangered species population. The reason behind these sea creatures washing up at the shores is mysterious. Do you know the answer to why this happened? Share your thoughts in the comments. Puka sea creature. On Puka Beach in New Zealand, a local fisherman found something weird. He was looking for fish when he spotted an unknown creature with a gaping mouth. Its sharp, jagged teeth stuck out from big jaws. The creature's body was long, about 30 feet, with most of it buried in the sand. Marine experts figured out it was a rotten shark. They took the strange remains to a museum, where people can now see this odd ocean discovery for themselves. Mystery of Panama. A strange thing washed up on the shore in the small town of Caro Azul. Teenagers were enjoying their picnic at the beach when they spotted an unusual figure still alive, but weak. It was hairless with limbs, a big belly, and a mushy face. They mistook it for a paranormal creature and weren't sure what to do with it. What looked like police or rangers arrived on the scene because so many people had gathered at the spot, and they took the creature away. Afterward, it was revealed that the body belonged to a sloth who got hairless because of being in the water for too long. Drone sighting. A YouTuber was flying his drone near Hartland Quay in Devon when he spotted something strange on the rocks below. The camera showed a huge shape, about 30 feet long, just lying there. It looked like it had been there for a while. Even from up high, he could tell it smelled really bad. The figure wasn't moving at all. Unable to stand the stench, he quickly informed the police about what he'd found. When the authorities arrived, they figured out it was a whale that was no longer alive. They warned everyone to stay away because whales can be tricky to handle even after they stop moving. California elephant sea. A group of divers went exploring underwater in California when they found something unexpected. While they were diving, one of them saw a huge creature resting on the seabed. As he got closer, he noticed it was an elephant seal with a trunk-like nose. The driver wanted to interact with them, so he approached, but of course it reacted defensively. After that, the diver learned that it's not good to be an uninvited friend, so he got back to the boat and continued their adventure. River Dolphin Rescue. Two friends were boating along the Waccamaw River when they saw a dolphin stuck in the mud. The dolphin was lying with its face in the mud and looked like it needed help. As they got closer, they saw the dolphin was still breathing.
Oh, he buried himself in the water. We're gonna try to get him back in. Here, Brian. He'll film it. I'll pull him back in there.
One of the friends, Black, jumped out of the boat and went to help the dolphin. He rolled the dolphin back into the river. They watched until the dolphin swam away into the deeper water and felt great to see the dolphin safe and swimming again.
Or one for the good guys.
Flying octopus. One day, a boy went for a walk on a beach in California. As he enjoyed the sea breeze, he noticed something very strange. He saw a huge octopus flying like a kite high in the sky. Its long tentacles waved in the air, making it look like a creature from another world. The boy watched in surprise as he was unsure if he was dreaming. The octopus seemed to float effortlessly. After a while, the octopus drifted away, leaving the boy with an unforgettable memory. Australian strange creature. In Australia, a group of hunters captured a very strange creature. The animal had a very odd appearance with gills on the upper side of its body and a sore stomach. It seemed unconscious. The hunters were amazed by how unusual it looked and quickly took video to show others. After examining it, the hunters released the creature back into the wild, hoping it would recover and find its way home. Everyone was left wondering what other mysterious creatures might be out there. Kayak shark encounter. In Santa Barbara, California, a guy was fishing on his kayak when suddenly a shark made its way towards him. He stood his ground, or sea, against the shark with his paddle 20 times to save his life. Desperate to escape, he paddled furiously towards the shore. However, the shark persisted, following him into the shallow waters near the coast.
Because I don't like this guy at all.
Fortunately, he safely reached the beach. Encounters between sharks and human ecosystems normally don't overlap, making this a highly unusual sighting off the California coast. Sea serpent. As a fisherman sailed on a sea when he saw something amazing, suddenly a sparkle caught his eye just below the surface. He looked closer and noticed ripples forming, like a huge creature swimming beneath. Its fins moved gracefully, making a beautiful dance in the water. The fisherman couldn't believe his eyes. It wasn't a regular fish, but a gigantic sea serpent with shiny scales reflecting the sunlight. He watched quietly for a moment, then continued on his journey, leaving the mysterious creature in its peaceful underwater world. Mutated starfish. In China, on a beach by the shore, a strange creature was discovered floating. A man was enjoying a picnic with his friends when he found it and held it up to show his friend. They saw it moving its legs. The creature had a head that looked like a human's with arms and legs of its own. Later, scientists found out it was a mutated starfish. This discovery not only fascinated researchers but also raised questions about the environmental factors influencing such genetic changes in marine life. Creepy crawlies. When a man returned to his ancestors' old house after many years, he found something amazing. In the living area of an abandoned house, there was a weird thing that looked like a caterpillar stuck between the wooden planks. However, upon closer inspection, it turned out to be a type of slime mold. These molds like to grow in damp, shady spots, especially in gaps between wood. Unlike bugs, slime molds aren't harmful. They help break down old stuff in nature. Sometimes they look like living things, which makes them super interesting to discover in the wild. Eel-like monster. In Florida, an unusual sighting was captured on camera near the beach. As people enjoyed their time by the seaside, a man from his beach house noticed something unusual floating in the sea. It was a large oarfish known for its impressive size and long ribbon-like body. The man watched with surprise as the oarfish moved through the water, enjoying its freedom. Eventually, the mysterious creature disappeared beneath the waves, leaving those who witnessed it amazed by the rare sighting. Sticking fish. A scuba diver and his friend had an unusual encounter while exploring underwater. They stumbled upon a remora, a fish with a flattened head and a suction pad on top.
This is a remora, okay? And this thing right on top of his face, that's actually a dolphin.
That allows it to cling tightly to surfaces like sharks or even submarines. The friend gently picked up and rubbed the fish's backside, which enhanced its grip and playfully stuck it to the scuba diver's face.
Look at that, chat. Look at that, guys. Look at that. He's just chilling on your cheek.
The remora adhered firmly because of its suction pad, creating a strong bond. Despite the fish's sticky attachment, the diver remained calm and amused by the unexpected interaction underwater. After their playful exploration with the remora, the scuba diver and his friend gently returned the fish to the water, ensuring it safely resumed its underwater life. Dinosaur footprints. In Cornwall's Eden Project, scientists made an exciting discovery recently. They found huge footprints belonging to the flesh-eating dinosaur that lived 166 million years ago. These three-toed prints were deep inside Eden's rainforest biome and were identified as tracks left by a Melegosaurus, a type of fierce reptile from southern England during the Middle Jurassic. The experts from the Oxford University Museum of Natural History confirmed these prints might be from a new kind of megalosaurus that possibly hopped instead of running like other dinosaurs, such as the Tyrannosaurus rex. Mermaid skeleton. At a beach in Turkey by the Black Sea, a girl found some bones in the sand. As she looked closer, she realized they were from a mermaid skeleton. Specialists were called to check it out. They found that the skeleton was long and didn't have any legs, but it had a big backbone. The skull had a crown-like shape on its head and sharp teeth. After checking everything carefully, the experts said it was a very special discovery. Maybe something from a long time ago, or something made to look like a mermaid. Giant spider webs. A town called Attaloki in Greece is covered in thousands of spider webs, with spiders crawling everywhere, making it seem like a scene from a horror movie. The town's plants, trees, and even boats along the lagoon are draped in these webs, giving the impression that spiders have taken over. This strange situation has become a reality for the residents. According to spider experts, these webs are created by a specific type of spider called Tetragonatha, which are tiny spiders no bigger than 2 centimeters in size. However, residents need not worry, as these spiders are expected to leave the town soon due to changing temperatures. California bait ball phenomenon. In California, the color of the water suddenly turned darker. Thousands of people watched in surprise as a giant shadow appeared beneath the waves. It looked like a massive sea monster had come to life. Divers quickly dove into the sea to see what was happening. As they swam closer, they realized that the monster was a giant bait ball made of thousands of anchovies. The fish had gathered together, moving in perfect harmony, creating the illusion of a gigantic creature. Sudden jump. In Vancouver, British Columbia, a shocking video went viral showing boaters being chased by sea creatures. People were sharing it everywhere, saying things like, "It's a sea monster." Scottish people saying that it's a selkie. The video showed boaters out on the water when something large and fast came at their boat, nearly tipping it over. The boaters were soaked but managed to stay on board. The creature followed them for a bit but eventually gave up the chase. I did some research and found out that it was a sea lion trying to escape some dolphins, and in its panic did not see the boat. It was a wild day on the water, but everyone was safe in the end. Shark surprise. In Orange Beach, Alabama, a surprising discovery was made by the researchers. They found a big female hammerhead shark that washed up on the beach. The shark, measuring 14 feet long, had sadly passed away. What amazed everyone even more was that the shark was carrying 40 sharks inside her. The researchers carefully examined the shark and her pups to understand more about their species and how they live. After their studies, the scientists preserved parts of the shark for further research. Mystery monster. While taking a walk on the beach in Panama, a man stumbled upon something scary. There was a spooky creature lying on the sand. Upon closer examination, he noticed its skin had turned white and there was no fur on its body. He alerted the marine officials about the find. After investigating, the officials determined that it was a monkey. Panama is home to several monkey species, and this unfortunate creature had ended up in the water where the waves caused its hair to fall off. It was a strange occurrence, highlighting the diversity of wildlife. Rubber duck adventure. A big ship was carrying containers from Hong Kong to Washington when something unexpected happened. One container broke open and outpoured thousands of tiny rubber ducks into the ocean. The waves carried these toy ducks all around the world. After a long journey, the ducks finally washed up on the shores of Alaska. The wind blew the sail-like toys twice as fast as the water moved in the North Pacific. Scientists got excited because these traveling ducks helped them learn about ocean currents in the ocean. Chaotic mating. In a pond somewhere, a chorus of frog calls filled the air, signaling their presence. The wildlife team carefully made their way to the site, noticing the pond was full of frogs, including the gliding tree frog. This event surprised the team as they saw thousands of frogs gathered on a few remaining leaves. Among the frogs, males outnumbered females as they scrambled to find mates, forming large clusters called mating balls. It was a chaotic scene as the frogs displayed their natural behavior in full swing. Caught in net. In the waters of Indonesia's coast, a team of marine conservationists prepared for a routine dive. As they went into the depths, they stumbled upon 5 magnificent whale sharks. Sadly, these sharks were caught in thick fishing nets, but the divers decided to remove the nets. And with these sharks being surrounded by fish, made it a little bit challenging. Finally, though, they were successful in getting them back to the free ocean, while ensuring the safety of whale sharks. Unknown clump. The thousand-eyed monster from Yungay Duel. In a desert in Texas, a man stumbled upon a strange creature. The creature had 1,000 eyes, making it look mysterious. A traveler exploring the sandy dunes was shocked to encounter it. He carefully approached the creature, which had temperature-sensitive skin that changes color with a temperature change. The creature, unlike anything he had ever seen, stood tall amidst the vast desert landscape. After the encounter, experts were called in to examine the creature. It was eventually transported to a museum where it became a fascinating exhibit for visitors. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day.
Now to the story of a sea monster with 130 razor-sharp teeth.
An incredible find stunned the world when a fossil enthusiast discovered the skull of a gigantic sea creature near Kimmeridge Bay in Dorset, UK.
I just found something quite extraordinary. Jaw to the massive pliosaur.
This massive skull belongs to a pliosaur, an ancient marine reptile that roamed the oceans around 150 million years ago. Measuring 2 meters in length, this fossil is one of the most complete specimens of its kind ever found, providing scientists with valuable new information about this fearsome predator from the past. Following its discovery, the skull became a focal point of scientific research to learn more about the creature's evolutionary history and its role in prehistoric oceans.